On Sunday, May 22nd, 2011 at 5:34 p.m., an EF5 multiple vortex tornado touched down just east of the Kansas state line near the westernmost end of 32nd Street in Joplin, Missouri.
This was a neighborhood, and as far as the eye can see, there is nothing but devastation.
It tracked from the southwest eastward, where it intensified at 5:41 p.m. as it entered the most densely populated area of Joplin. It then traveled eastward to 20th and Range Line and then back across I-44, spanning a total of 22.1 miles, where it lifted at 6:12 p.m. east of Diamond, Missouri.
We're just going through the neighborhood here trying to figure out if anyone else needs help. People are just scrambling right now. I want you to kind of take a scope of the damage, just kind of taking my breath away here. Multiple homes, businesses destroyed.
This EF5 tornado had estimated winds peaking between 225 and 250 miles per hour. In its aftermath, there were 7,000 homes destroyed and 850 others damaged.
Stuff started just flying and cracking, and we all got down on the floor and just prayed that we made it through.
There were 990 people injured and 160 people lost their lives, making this tornado the 7th deadliest in U.S. history and the 27th deadliest in world history. There were 16,656 insurance claims, totaling over $2.2 billion in damage. A long time ago, God had this idea that He would create something. He'd make a universe and an earth, and He put humanity in it. And yet that's where we all have to start, because you either believe that or you believe some other theory or a belief system, this idea that there's an explosion and everything kind of parted off into this divine order, or you believe that we somehow evolved and parts were added, parts were subtracted. And I just don't have that kind of faith. I just tend to believe the more logical idea that it seems there's a design and an order. Yet in that design and order, God created us as humans, and He had this condition to go, just trust me, just be in a relationship with me. And yet we kind of mess that up, and as a result, scriptures teach us that there's weeds and thorns and thistles in the world, and we've kind of made a mess of it. And that's where kind of storms come from. The idea that we mess things up, and there are natural causes that happen as a result of this world now being turned over to other forces and other entities other than us trusting God to lead us in all the ways that we should go. We've been talking for several weeks on Sunday mornings at our church about this idea that we are like sponges, and whatever you pour into your life will come out, especially when life squeezes you, and life squeezes us. And storms are one of those things that squeeze us. And back in May of last year, we had a major squeeze, and an F5 tornado hit Joplin, and we see the frailty of humanity and the devastation and destruction of Mother Nature and all the forces that go along with that. And today I want to talk to you about the devastation of storms and what happens in the aftermath and what happens when life has a tendency to squeeze us. The Bible even talks about how frail life is. It says that the grass withers and the flower fades, and we're like dust that's here today and kind of gone tomorrow. And you take something like this and it just seems so temporal. Storms have a way of helping us understand that this life is fragile. Storms are going to hit. The decisions we make will really decide what's going to happen. What's our lives going to be about now and in the future? Storms hit and life's going to squeeze us. And last May, the storm hit and caused amazing amounts of devastation and destruction. Imagine, this is like the insurance guy's worst nightmare. Allstate, the Good Hands people, State Farm, over 17,000 insurance claims. You've got to have a lot of cash on hand for something to repair all this. But imagine if this were your dwelling or your place of business, and you didn't have insurance. You'd be lost and without, and your whole world literally come crashing down. Life has really squeezed you hard. But imagine in the midst of all this destruction and devastation, off across the way, a guy starts walking up to you and he says, "This your place? This your business? This your house?" "Yeah." "You got insurance?" "No." He goes, "Well, it just so happens I'm an insurance guy, and today I think I'll cover you. In fact, I'll not only cover you for today, but I'll make it retroactive for last May when the tornado hit." At that point, you'd probably have a little bit of disbelief going, "That's kind of crazy. You don't really do that." And he goes, "Don't worry about it. I got it covered. In fact, I'll do retroactive for then, but also any other insurance stuff that you have in the future, I got you covered." That's one of those times where you go, "Where's the cameras? This is probably too good to be true." Sometimes you think, what kind of insurance guy would do that? That's crazy. You'd probably go, "I don't believe you. I want to see your credentials. I want to see your paperwork. How do I know that this is a legit and real thing? How do I know that you're the guy that can come through for me and provide everything that you say you can provide?" It just seems crazy. You don't know me from literally Adam. And yet, somehow, that would be the best news I could ever hear. That you'll cover this mess of my life, the brokenness of this existence. There could be really that kind of hope. I don't know if I get it. That's where the world is. We don't know if we really get it. You know the old adage, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But maybe there's a different story. Listen to this one to see what you think.